I don't think Apple knew who it was. I don't know, but I don't think I was on their list of suspects. I'm so invisible. You live in Boston, nobody can know. Let's talk about Owen Thomas for one thing, because he loves it, and he loves the abuse. For the most part, I would say, I think most of them have the same feeling that he has, which is that he would be writing these things. You should have seen the stuff he wrote after I got outed, right? He wrote these things, like he found out, he started calling me the Cowardly Lions, right? Then he was calling me the She-Lion, because he found out that a friend of mine wrote a blog post like 8 months ago talking about his friend who has a blog with a lot of traffic but can't make any money, and to try to cover my identity, because everybody knows that this guy and I went to high school together, he referred to his friend in the whole post. It was about blog economics, but as a she. So Owen picks this up and says, well, look what we've dug up. Dan Lyons and David Sherbuck went to prep school together, all boys. We're on the wrestling team together. And David refers to Dan as a woman. Like I told Owen, like, you don't know, I don't know if you know David, maybe you do. Like, David and I are like the two last people on earth who give a crap about that. Like, go ahead, Sherbuck's writing to me like, hey, did you see this? I mean, our Facebook profiles say that we hooked up in '58 and it was awkward, but we're okay. We really don't care. But the point is, so Owen would write these mean things about me. Meanwhile, I was writing really bad things more about Nick Denton, his boss, but also about him. But like, meanwhile, we were emailing each other back and forth. Like, it's show business in a way. It's an act, right? With few exceptions. I just said, Phil at the Journal. I've done some things about him. He wanted to meet me in Seattle last week. He gets it. In fact, one of his friends said, Nick, I made fun of one of his front page stories, and he's like, are you kidding me? Nick said, you got, how many days in your life do you get a front page story in the Journal, and you get ripped and fake Steve? Like, whoa, that's a 2 for 1. It just happened that at Forbes, a column opened up that Steve Maness used to do, and he decided he didn't want to come back, partly because of the iPhone thing. He was so disillusioned by seeing those lines of people on iPhone. He's like, what am I doing with my life? I got to do something else. I can't do it. Really, it's a true story. And
where's the sense of childlike wonder?
Exactly. He has no sense. So I said, I'll do it. We're filming himself driving. It's so great. It's unbelievable. Scoble can't stop filming himself. Now he's in his car. He's literally in his car. He's driving. He's like, there's Sand Hill Road, blah, blah, blah. And he turns around. It's like on him. He's like, and here's me. I'm driving on 280. I just had lunch with a TV producer, blah, blah. It's like, Scoble, like, what won't you film? It's like, Sergey Brin had a fake uncle called Uncle Fetcha that I used to use a lot. And then I let go of Uncle Fetcha, but I think I've got to restore him again. He would do things like take a bath in a tub full of caviar. Like he came from Krasnodar. And so Sergey says, you poor bastard, you come from Krasnodar. I have a friend from Krasnodar. Right? You came from Krasnodar. What do you really want to do? And he's like, well, I've always wanted to take a bath in a tub full of caviar with 2 hookers. So Sergey's like, whatever you want, I was using friggin' a lot, like I invented the friggin' iPod, so I thought I could combine those two friggin', and then it just stuck. And then other people started using it. So that's been contributed now to the Urban Dictionary, along with Siuma, which is, I don't want to say what that is. And then to Denton. His boss is Nick Denton, and every time Denton kept getting it wrong, I finally decided we should make a verb out of Nick Denton's name. And to Denton means, to screw up really. Oh, Siuma. He's got a license plate that says Siuma. Beautiful thing. I'm putting it on my car. But no. So to Denton means to make a big mistake in public and blah blah blah. And so those 3 words have made it to the Urban Dictionary. People often ask me, Steve Jobs, if I think there's a tech bubble, and my answer is, when there's companies called Yelp, yeah, there's a tech bubble, right? When they're having parties and they're doing this, there's a bubble, right? And when they're using their venture money to like throw parties where people can make out and take off their clothes and dance in their underpants, there's a bubble. And I invented the term Yelp-tard, and then the Yelp people got really mad, and they started complaining and writing. So I got all these angry comments, and they were passing around. But it was the best thing ever for my traffic. I got a big jump from that. And Bike Helmet Girl was one. She was in a bike helmet in her underwear. With a guy on a leash or something, right? And I was like, oh my God, Bike Helmet Girl, look at this girl. Why is she wearing a bike helmet inside? Is that thing where she falls down once in a while?